Tonight's Grammys were, almost expectedly, low on music and heavy on the politics. A moment that stuck out, however, was Kendrick Lamar saying Jay-Z for president. Now, again, it doesn't come as a surprise after the whole Oprah for president after the Golden Globes. And quite frankly, I'm just wondering, is this the same Jay-Z that shot his own brother? Same Jay-Z that is pretty well known for spousal abuse and cheating on his wife? Is this the same Jay-Z that sold crack to his own community? That even sold women? Is this the same Jay-Z that was dumb enough to attempt to get the rights to the color blue? That's right, he wanted to own the color blue. Is this the same Jay-Z who is known for being a 5%er? Now, we all know what a 1%er is. And we all know what the 99% are, but do we know what a 5%er is? The 5% nation, sometimes referred to as NGE or NOGE, the nation of gods and earths, or the 5%ers, is a movement founded in 1964 in the Harlem section of the borough of Manhattan, New York City, by a former member of the Nation of Islam, Clarence 13X, who was named Clarence Edward Smith at birth, and who ultimately came to be known as Allah the Father. Allah the Father, a former student of Malcolm X, left the NOI after a dispute with Elijah Muhammad over Elijah's teaching that the white man was the devil, yet not teaching that the black man was God. How awful. Allah the Father also rejected the assertion that the nation's biracial founder, Wallace Fard Muhammad, was Allah, and instead taught that the black man was himself God personified. Members of the group call themselves Allah's 5%ers, which reflects the concept that 10% of the people in the world know the truth of existence. And those elites and agents opt to keep 85% of the world in ignorance and under their controlling thumb. The remaining 5% are those who know the truth and are determined to enlighten the rest. The New York City areas of Harlem, Mecca, and Brooklyn, Medina, were named after notable Islamic cities by members of the organization. Other areas include Detroit, D-Mecca, New Jersey, New Jerusalem, Chicago, C-Medina, Queens, the Desert, Connecticut, New Heaven, St. Louis, or Louis, whatever, Saudi, Seattle, Morocco, and Dallas, the Sudan. Interesting code names. See if y'all can hear those while you're walking about bigger cities. The nation of gods and earth teaches that black people are the original people of the planet Earth, and therefore they are the fathers, gods, and mothers, earths, of civilization. The nation teaches that supreme mathematics and supreme alphabet, a set of principles created by Allah the Father, is the key to understanding humankind's relationship to the universe. The nation does not believe in a mystery God, but instead teaches that the Asiatic black man is God, and his proper name is Allah, the Arabic word for God. These 5%ers are not big fans of white people either. They are, in fact, quite like the KKK, except that lynching was far out of style before they came into power. That said, it's interesting that you can draw comparisons between this and Jay-Z's wife's Super Bowl performance from a few years back. You know, the Black Panthers themed one. Sorry I ruined y'all's Black Panther party. Now, I'm not saying that black people are racist. I'm not saying anything negative about black people. I am, however, saying something negative about leftists, because while Jay-Z and Beyonce share an affinity for a hate group against white people, I don't know, one of their lords and saviors, Hillary Clinton, had a pretty strong affinity toward Senator Burr, and we know his position within the Ku Klux Klan. Moving on, however, it's funny that these people put themselves in such high up positions, especially when they are quoting people that are generally against them. Such as Jay-Z saying, "I'm like Che Guevara with bling on." Let's compare that quote from Jay-Z to an actual Ernesto Guevara quote. "The Negro is indolent and lazy and spends his money on frivolities." Now, during his Congo caper, Che Guevara could also be known to say that black people are the worst and most untrainable army he has ever had the misfortune of dealing with. And in fact, his Congo mission was a big failure, mainly due, though, to Che's asthma attacks. But we're done with the history lesson. Let's continue with this push of the left. The Grammys were an example. Saying Jay-Z for president wasn't really a call for Jay-Z to become president, just like saying Oprah for president was not. Instead, I suspect that these are simply calls to divide people, because we know that it would be a bad idea to have Oprah as president, as she really has no real business acumen. She's a good entertainer, but she also knows how to cheat people. When she gave away all those prizes on her show, something they don't tell you about is the fact that she got to write all of that off on her taxes. She got the money back. But the people who won the prizes, well, they still had to pay the taxes on those prizes. And if you didn't have the money immediately to do so, you didn't get the prize. You walked home empty-handed. You get a car, you get a car, everybody gets a car, as long as you have the $5,000 tax to pay for it. Right now, up front. Continuing on, a lot of white supremacists, white nationalists are going to say, "I can't believe they're trying to get another black president." Quite frankly, that is the division that the left is going for. They're trying to get white nationalists, white supremacists, and other ignorant folk to turn on each other. Ignorant black people, ignorant white people to turn on each other. Because that is the way to divide the country. And the Grammys is a perfect vehicle for that. Any, really, awards show that is heavily populated by leftists and heavily watched by leftists is going to be a way to divide the nation. I'm going to say no to Jay-Z for president. Now, I would sure be down for, who is that guy? The 999 guy. Now I can't remember his name. Herman Cain. I would sure be down with Herman Cain for president. He was smart. He was a businessman. He knew how to do it. When it comes right down to it, I don't care about your skin color. I don't care if you're black, white, brown, or yellow. What I do care about is whether you're conservative or a leftist. Because these days, leftists are looking to destroy. And I don't want that. Now, you're wondering, how are you getting this video out on the same night that these things happened? It's all predictable, people. All of this is predictable. And if it isn't predictable to you, you are one of the ones being led. Keep watching my channel. You'll see. I'm just good at gathering information before it even shows up. Things are predictable, especially when it comes to the left. Like, subscribe, share. I'll be here at least 6 days a week, every single day of the week, except for one, and that is the 7th, because I'm doing 6 days a week. More hand movements, more speech, a thumbs up, 2 of them. Give me some thumbs up down there. And then share it with the arrow. In the meantime, bye.